Those dreaded dead zones. It's a cell phone user's worst enemy. News 4's George Ricker tells us how you can help a U.S. senator pinpoint all the dead zones in New York State, George.
That's right. You don't always have to go far from the city to find a spot where your cell phone just doesn't work. Senator Schumer, at the very least, wants providers to show those dead spots on their coverage maps. On a website called deadcellzones.com, there are dozens of spots flagged in Erie and Niagara counties where certain cell coverage drops out. One of the more surprising spots is near the intersection of North French and Transit Road at the Amherst-Clarence border. My Verizon service worked just fine today from here, but just about everybody else we spoke to had some kind of complaint.
I know when I go shopping, I have zero signal. I'll be talking to my husband on the phone with like one little bar and it'll drop out in the middle of it.
What's the cell phone service like here?
Horrible. I always drop calls. Every time I work out here, there's no register connection and no phone connection at all.
So right now, what is your phone reading?
Not registered on the network.
This area right here, I can go back since I've had a cell phone well over 10 years, and I used to come out here for a previous job, and it's always been like that. And every time I come here, I usually leave my phone in the car because it never works in this area.
That's why Senator Chuck Schumer is starting a crowdsourcing campaign to find out where the most common dead zones are and pressure cell phone providers to acknowledge them on their own coverage maps.
But what we have found is there are areas that never get good coverage, and the maps show that they get good coverage. That's wrong. That deceives consumers, and it leads the cell phone companies to not provide the best service. If the cell phone carriers were forced to provide good maps, they might actually upgrade the service.
You can find the link to report a wireless dead zone on the Founded on 4 box of WIVB.com. Senator Schumer will be taking those up until November 11th, and then he will send them to the FCC.